Sewer camera inspection at 8110 East 4th Avenue in Mesa here. Right now I'm looking at a single cleanout on the north side of the house, just right next to the foundation there. I know there's a septic tank likely in the backyard here, so I'll have the seller examine that. Or have it inspected and pumped before the final close date. Alright, so this is an ABS pipe right by the back wall here. Looks like a 90-degree turn almost immediately. Like one of our drain connections there where the water is dumping back into the system from the hallway bathroom there, guest bathroom. That looks like an offset pipe right there at 24 feet out. So where you can see the edge of the pipe there on the left hand side of the screen, that pipe is actually higher. That's called an uphill offset. So the water that's flowing back to this area might be sneaking underneath that white pipe right there at that connection. Try and get a better look at that. You can see kind of where the water is going around the pipe instead of in the pipe in some areas. So that could be leaking in the backyard here. I would definitely get this pipe straightened out. If the offset was the other direction, it wouldn't be as big of a deal, but because it's uphill, anything you flush down the line has a likelihood of getting caught right there on that junction, right there on that pipe. Looks like we're starting to get a little bit of a belly in the backyard here. There's a small belly there between this section. You can see the pipe drops down considerably right there at about 25 to 28 feet. And then it goes back up. And that's just debris where it empties into the septic tank, goes down into the septic system right there. So let's try and get that stuff cleaned out of the pipe. Some hydrogen maintenance would definitely clean that up. That could be a potential clog down the line if you let that dry in the system. That's actually coming from the kitchen sink drain, I believe, because it's in the backyard here. That's where it's draining into the main pipe. So the kitchen sink drain wraps around the house instead of going underneath of it. Why I can't get this wrapped around in here and pointed in that right direction, I don't know. I can't get the camera head in there. I'm just gonna break something if I keep pushing. There's literally a lake of water right next to your house that I'm trying to work in right now. See all that water? It's just soaked. And then this drain connection is so close to the house that I can't get a good angle to go underneath of the house, back out that way. But I know the kitchen sink drain goes this direction and wraps around the house, and there's some cleanouts over there, so let's go take a look at those. Okay, so on the east side of the house there are two small ABS cleanouts here. Small diameter, likely just going to the kitchen sink. Definitely some gunk built up in there. That's at the kitchen sink already at that direction. So definitely might want to get the line cleaned out just to make sure nothing gets clogged in there. Just get some of that gunk blown out, cleaned up. Now going down the other side. I think I'm kind of blocking the water behind the camera lens here because it's a small pipe. But you can see some of the gunk that I'm freeing up with the camera lens. It's flowing down there. gunk in the pipe, grease and whatnot. Alright, that's as far as the camera's going. It might be hung up on some gunk right there. I would definitely clean the line. The line looks fairly dirty. And this is the kitchen line. When there's pipes like this out the side of the house, it's usually because the original drain system underneath the slab was shot. So instead of digging up the slab, they just drill out and put the plumbing in the yard. And that's what they did for the kitchen sink on this one. If you have any questions about this home inspection or sewer camera inspection, please get a hold of me, Home Inspector Dan, with Property Inspection Service.